Getting ready for baseball under the roof in Houston. Today it's the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Francis Martes gets the start for Houston in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Malik Smith the next to hit. He will lead this one off today. First pitch of the at-bat. And afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway. Fellas, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They dropped another one last time out, and in fact they've won just twice in their last 8 tries.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah. Meanwhile now, this is a fair ball down the line in left, and that ought to be good for extra bases. And a good start to the inning for the Rangers. It's going to be a leadoff double.
Wow, that's the way to kick off a day at the ballpark right there. Leadoff hitter, and he puts the pitcher on his heels right out of the gate with a leadoff double. It's hard to get settled into a game as a pitcher when you're dealing with the runner in scoring position, one batter into the game.
Here's Elvis Andrus now. Sliced hard on the ground. Scooped up on the backhand. And it's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to third here. A chance now to look at the batting order for the visiting Rangers. Mark DeRosa, what's your take on him this afternoon on the road?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does.
Another try at 2-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. It's the depth of a sinker. Sometimes it's a matter of whether or not it's moving east-west, but that one right there had such good downward action. Great pitch.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Matt Bush gets the starting assignment for Texas in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Fellas, this Rangers ball club as they begin play, 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Row? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Hit hard towards center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the Astros put a man aboard to get the inning underway.
Dan, count goes out the window with this batter right here. It doesn't matter if it's 0-2, 2-0, he's locked.
He has great bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have a knack, D-Row, of being able to get the barrel to the ball, and this is one of those guys.
Down the first baseline. Gallo fields it cleanly, and he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third. Time now for a quick look at the hometown Astros starting lineup. Thoughts, Stan? Who stands out?
Well, fellas, there's nobody that I'm more excited to watch play than Carlos Correa. This guy put together one of those ridiculous seasons last year. His numbers were off the chart, and he hit everything. Breaking balls, changeups, splits. The league couldn't figure him out, and he went berserk on the whole year. Consistent from April till October. Amazing season.
Is a curveball that's over for strike one.
Hey, he got away with that one right there. If he's going to live up there, spinning it up top of the zone, he's going to get hurt. I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
A man at third with one away. In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
Well, clearly this guy doesn't need many warm-up pitches because he's 98 miles an hour in the first inning. Newsflash to the offense, they better get it going.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss as he ran that two-seamer right by him for the second out.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with two outs.
Stepping in, George Springer. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. From the belt, the pitch. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Used to be that fielders were evaluated mostly by the eyeball test and simple stats like fielding percentage. But of course, these days, there are many more advanced ways that help determine a guy's work in the field. And in his case, he shines in many ways.
You know, Matty, for me, I think he does pass the eyeball test. I know you have to look at all the numbers and the analytics to really appreciate a ball player like this. But man, does he come to work every day and play hard.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Grounded to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One left for Houston. We are still scoreless. And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. He also had 3 hits in the win last night. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Springer has a read on it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Time for a look at the Astros on D. And guys, one thing I want you to focus on today when you look at this team on the defensive side of the ball, they're in the top 5 in fielding percentage. They go about their business a certain way. They make all the routine plays, mix in a few flashy ones, and day after day, they give their pitchers the best chance to be successful.
Digging in, Brandon Nimmo. And he falls behind him here as that pitch misses. It's 2-1 now to the Texas left fielder. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Matt Carpenter will be next. No score here as we play inning number 2. Smoked on the ground left side. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock.
Dan, as a former pitcher, are you privy to this guy? I mean, he's been swinging the bat well. I know it's only April, but he's been using the entire field, staying line to line.
That's what makes it so hard as a pitcher when you can't go one way when you pitch a guy in. He pulls it. When you throw it away, he hits it the other way. He's having that ability right now just to be able to get the barrel to it, and he's having a real strong beginning this season.
Here's Matt Carpenter, and the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. The 1-1 home. Hard hit ball to second. And that's through for a hit, as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, you know what? Right there, he executed a pitch. He can't worry about where it's going. He just wants to put it on the ground right there, give his defense a chance to work, and it found a hole, period, the end.
Stepping in, Manuel Castro.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Now the payoff pitch home. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit. Coming to the plate now, Colby Rasmus. Now the 3-2 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Springer has a read on it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third, as this should get him on the board. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ball game. Into the box now, Malik Smith. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. Men are on with 2 men out. Missed low and inside with it. 1-1.
Well, he's been laboring a bit through these first 2 innings of work. That's 37 pitches, and ideally he'd be closer to 27 instead.
In the dirt here. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by it too. He went with an off-speed pitch down in the zone, and that's the risk you take there. The catcher can't come up with it, and 2 runners advance. Now they're both into scoring position. If he'll chase it, didn't happen.
Swinging a blooper to the right side. Kemp ranging into shallow right, and that'll plate their second run of the game as they take a 2-0 lead.
Boy, what a battle there, Dero. Several pitch at bat right there. He threw everything but the kitchen sink, and he was still able to get an RBI base hit.
And Dan, I can't tell you, the longer the ABs go, usually I'll tell you get in that swing mode where if he throws the rosin bag, you're pulling the trigger on it. Wait for him to settle in his zone and not come outside of it and end up getting a knock.
And the changeup is way low that time. 0 for 1 here in the early going. One pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
High pop up. Correa over to his right, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Rangers 2 and the Astros 0. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
First pitch of the at-bat. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Wood on it.
The pitch. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
In now is Yasiel Puig. Yes, he'll pick on the first pitch and line one back up the middle, and that's a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Danny, how frustrating is this right here? First and third, you got problems all over the place.
Well, you come right out the dugout, right? You're starting an inning fresh. You're expecting to have a 1-2-3 inning. You look up, and all of a sudden, first and third, nobody out. It's time to make some good pitches.
Next will be the left-handed hitting Jeremy Hazelbaker. Smoke the other way, high and deep to left. But it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And a relay to the plate. And he is in there.
Man, you can't hit it any better than that and keep it in the park. As we take a look here, you can see that it hits high off the wall. Almost a 3-run homer, but he'll have to be content with a 2 RBI double.
Payoff pitch one more time. Grounded back up the middle. Andrus fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
So here's how the Rangers are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at outfielder Mallex Smith. Speed is his game, period, the end. He is up at the plate. He is trying to put that defense and infield on their toes. And from a defensive standpoint, nobody goes to their right or left as quick as this guy.
Set to get his day started, Caleb Joseph. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Hey, 2 tough pitches right there, and expect more of the same. With that guy standing out on second base, you don't want any RBI scoring right here. With that base open at first, he's going to grind out and try and get this guy to swing at something outside the zone.
And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, he has nobody to blame but himself. With 1 out, a runner on third can come home to score all sorts of ways. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners.
The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks...
In now, Paul Goldschmidt. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Runner in scoring position with two gone. The 0-1 pitch. Hit out towards second. Calhoun right there. Throw on to first, and an important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll go now to the top of the third, and we are tied 2-2. So with 1 away, a couple of teams out of the AL West doing battle in this one. So let's check out where they sit in the standings entering play here today. Mallex Smith. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. So earlier in the broadcast, we mentioned that we might be seeing a pitcher's duel today, and these two guys have certainly delivered on that promise.
Yeah, Matty, executing a game plan to a T. Both guys with big power arms, establishing the fastball and then using their off speed to get these guys and keep them honest.
You know what, Dero, in the day and age where we're seeing a lot of high-scoring games, it's kind of refreshing to see 2 pitchers on point like they are in this one. Runs going to be at a premium. Both these guys look super locked in.
Now in the box, Elvis Andrus. The 1-1 home. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig's got a read on it. 2 gone. Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Line drive to left. That gets down, and the inning continues. Here's Joey Gallo now. as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far.
And be ready for a bullet.
Here it comes, 2-0. Gallo swings, and this one is crushed out to right field. Back goes Puig, and they take the lead. It's gone. Joey Gallo with a 2-run shot. Career homer number 149. And it gives the Rangers a 4-2 lead.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4?
As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. But 2 here in the Rangers half of the inning, and they come on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's now 4-2 Texas. Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
A big inning at this point of the game, and he's probably gone.
Next up for the Astros, Caleb Joseph. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First delivery to him on the way. A pitch out. The throw.
Yes.
And that'll be in plenty of time, and a perfect call on the pitch out there.
Well, they guessed right on the first pitch out. Sometimes you have to wait a pitch or 2 in the at-bat to try that, but they must have had a pretty good idea he was going to be on the move.
Popped him up. Calhoun has a play. 2 down. So 2 are gone for the Astros in the 5th. And stepping in, the power-hitting first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt with a swing, and a ball sent out to deep left. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. It's a solo shot here for Paul Goldschmidt, number 296 in his career, as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Well, he was on cruise control, just needed 1 more out to get out of the inning, but he came up with a plan. Base is empty. He didn't have to think about shooting one to the opposite field.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Hard hit ball to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Astros get a run back here on the solo shot. We're through 5 here this afternoon. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Luis Garcia takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 57, Luis Garcia.
And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Kemp loves it. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Designated hitter, Matt Carpenter.
Here's Matt Carpenter. No career at-bats for him against this particular arm in the past.
I think he's forgotten about sometimes, Matt Carpenter. When we talk about best hitters in our sport, I think he's one of the more underrated offensive players.
And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0. Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. One out, nobody on. The 2-2. Popped him up. Bregman shading to his right, and he makes the catch for the second out. Runner here, so he's behind 3-1.
One thing that could nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through.
And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Rangers set down in order, but they hang on to a one-run lead, 4-3. Back here at Minute Maid Park in Houston, the Rangers on top in this one as we get a look at our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Alex Claudio is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 58, Alex Claudio.
Coming to the plate now, George Springer. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
Springer.
2 balls and no strikes. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. In the dirt, it's 3-0 now. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. Shot here to left center field, and just like that, this ball game is all tied.
Well, this guy's been unhittable all year, but eventually you knew somebody would get to him. That's the first home run he's given up all year. But like all good relievers, he has to have a short memory and put it behind him.
Third baseman, number 2, Alex Bregman.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. 1-0 the count. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. The 2-2. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
In now is Yasiel Puig. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Now batting, left fielder, Jeremy.
Settling in now, Jeremy Hazelbaker. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Working for the punch out and the offering. And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
That was a big strike out there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that 2nd out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
Justin Smoke will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. In previous meetings with Alex Claudio, just a couple of matchups, no hits.
Hey, this guy has been an absolute solid player his entire big league career, and I expect him to have a ton of suitors come this offseason.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Andrus to his left. He's there. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Astros able to tie it here on the solo home run. Ninth inning straight ahead. All even now at 4 apiece. Keone Kela will be summoned here to start the home 12th, and the best case scenario for him is to take us to the 13th. Here's Carlos Correa now. He could use a hit here. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts.
Carlos Correa.
Oh, and this one's driven the other way and deep to the corner. But he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out. Standing in, George Springer. He smacked a homer back in the 8th in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one just missed outside. Now the Rangers get a reliever up and throwing in the bullpen as a right-hander's begun to warm up out there. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes now.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Some guys with big arms like this, they're just chuckers. They just throw the ball as hard as they can, and where it ends up isn't that big of a concern, but that wasn't the case there. That was a very well-pitched fastball right on the corner at the knees.
Fouled away. Him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least 1 more. Astros go down 1-2-3. Score remains tied at 4. Derek Kramer will come on as a pinch hitter.
Number 2, Derek Kramer.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1. And a left-handed batter waiting on deck, though there's a good shot he might get pulled back. 3-1. Here it is. And possibly an interesting development here. It's a leadoff walk to begin the frame in extra innings. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Malik Smith. Here's the first pitch. Trying to get that go-ahead run to scoring position now as he puts this one down. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there, and sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
Attempting to, as they say, get off the schneid here. 0 for 5 so far. The 0-1. This is skied out toward right. Puig's got a read on it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. He was a ground out victim last time up. And ball 4 now as he'll take first on the intentional walk.
That's what's called getting the treatment. Everyone knows he's a power threat with the bat, so it's all about not letting him be the guy that beats you.
Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Joey Gallo. He went deep back in the 5th. In the inning. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Line toward the gap in left center. And that gets down as he can't get there in time. And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 5-4 game.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
On first and third, 2 away. Short, hit hard. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. Rangers will have to be content with just a 1. And now this crowd finds their club behind the 8 ball here as they don't want to wind up on the losing end of this thing. It's the Rangers 5. Derek Kramer will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Now playing right field, number 2, Derek Kramer.
So stepping in, Yasiel Puig, who comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
First offering on its way.
Well,
Missed with a breaking ball.
counts 1-0.
One ball, one strike to count. The 1-1 home. Hit the other way out toward right field. Kramer is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The batter, left fielder, Jeremy Hazelbaker.
Next will be the left-handed hitting Jeremy Hazelbaker. First delivery to him on the way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
Counts 1-1.
And that misses. 2-1. Three balls and a strike to Houston's left fielder. Didi Gregorius will be next. The 3-1 pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Now at the plate, Didi Gregorius. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. First delivery to him on the way. Grounded foul toward the third base dugout. Quick check on that tying run at first. And a dive, but he's back. There he goes. And this one's in the dirt. Pitch is in the dirt and knocked down, and he'll make it into second easily with a stolen base.
Once the catcher realized that pitch was going to be a worm burner, I think he gave up on worrying about trying to throw out the stealing base runner. That was a good job of just keeping it close and preventing the runner from maybe going all the way around to third.
Here it comes, 0-2. And smart to lay off there as the fastball misses. It's 1-2 now. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
Up next for the Astros.
Digging in once again, Caleb Joseph. He'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. He's set, and the pitch. Popped him up. He's got it, and the Rangers have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over.
Yeah, that's a sweet win, especially on the road. They took the lead in the top of the 13th and held on to it in the bottom to secure this win.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. Keonikela claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.